Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm back with another set of random encounter ideas that don't suck. Today, we have a request for some encounters for Barovia, the dread realm where the ambitious Strahd von Zarovich has constructed his castle. I'd like to briefly mention before we hop in that this video will be a little darker than others on this channel, as it features touchstones of the horror genre. I've also decided that DMs probably have enough combat encounters for Barovia, so this video will feature all non-combat encounters. Let's dive in. The adventurers break through the mists, separating Faerun from the dread realm of Barovia. Immediately, the landscape changes with a dark sky overhead, a distinct lack of wildlife, and eerie mists obscuring vision in all directions. Howls of wolves echo in the distance, sending a chill down the spines of the adventurers. Slowly, they make their way into this unknown territory. All of a sudden, the group spots a small black animal at a crossroads ahead. It simply sits and waits for the group to approach. The black cat nimbly trots off as soon as the party is close enough to follow, and if they do, they arrive at the scene of a grisly murder. It's up to you as the DM to set the scene, but time and time again, the cat will show up to lead the group to the scene of a recent murder. Each time, it will disappear before the group can catch it, or gain any more information about it. Later in their travels, the group comes to a relatively narrow river. It doesn't appear on any of the maps that the adventurers have obtained, but it shouldn't be too difficult to wade or jump across. There are signs of recent visits from animals, and these tracks are somewhat strange to any party member with nature proficiency. It seems like the animals come to the edge of the water, but then become confused as they wander around in unnatural patterns. Unfortunately, for any adventurers who try to wade, this river is imbued with magic that will erase the memory of anyone who touches its waters. It's up to you to decide whether this effect initiates a saving throw, or how much of the creature's memory will be erased. Whatever you decide, this river will be extremely hazardous to any unwary adventurers. As the adventurers travel through the wilderness, some of them will begin to feel an odd sensation. The winds pick up, howling around the party as they trudge on. A few party members seem to hear fell voices on the air, slowly growing in volume. Words begin to take form, and the adventurers realize that these voices are some of the people that are closest to them. They may be family members, allied NPCs, or any other individual that your party has taken a liking to. The voices call out, describing unsettling acts of violence. This type of encounter is great for times when the party seems to be getting too comfortable in Barovia. At some point in their travels, the group will inevitably be attacked by some of the land's creatures. If the group is successful against them, they will encounter another interesting sight. The moment that the group moves far enough away from any recent corpse, a small group of Carrion Birds will immediately swoop down upon the kill. They rip and tear at the flesh of the corpse as they survey the party. This group of semi-intelligent birds will understand that these outsiders are likely to leave a trail of fresh meat in their wake, and will constantly follow the group during the rest of their travels in Barovia. Somewhere on their journey, the party stumbles across a small wooden box. It's well crafted but unassuming except for its tiny size. It's only about 3 inches long and 1 inch wide. The tiny box is locked, and will be a bit of a challenge for the party's rogue due to the size of the lock. If the party is able to open the box, it contains a single withered, graying finger atop a small red pillow. There are no other clues as to who the finger belongs to, but with enough investigating, the group may discover that this is the finger of a great wizard or even a minor deity. The creature's body was disassembled and its soul captured to prevent resurrection. This encounter takes its inspiration from old myths, like that of Kronos in Greek mythology, if you'd like to look for more details to use in your game. Another time, when the group is exploring a crypt or catacombs, they come across another small container, though this one is a small jar. It's ornamental in construction and adorned with several valuable gems. If one of the party members is proficient with Arcana, then they may recognize it as a magic jar. This spell contains the willing soul of a spellcaster, who can now attempt to possess humanoid creatures who wander within range. If the group gets too close, then they may succumb to this effect. A spellcaster may choose to cast this spell for a variety of reasons. Perhaps their body is threatened, another creature may lay claim to their soul, or as part of another dark ritual. It's up to you as the DM to decide what this spellcaster's motives may be. The environment of Barovia is unyielding, and the group will likely be forced to make several difficult decisions along the way. Some of these decisions may lead to evil acts being committed by the party, which will lead to their next encounter. Whenever the group commits an evil act, the chilling cold cry of a child will follow the group for several minutes. The inconsolable child cannot be found by the party, as it is a small aspect of the dread realm of Barovia. It seems that the land will punish outsiders for their evil acts, or that it attempts to drive the party to madness in various ways. If any of the party members are unfortunate enough to be virtuous and true, then they will have a very difficult path ahead of them. One of the most important aspects of daily life for Barovian commoners is wine. The Wizard of Wine provides free drink shipments all around Barovia, and it's one of the few things that people look forward to. Somewhere along their travels, the group will discover a fairly large stash of wine. It's a bit better than the normal stuff provided by the Wizard of Wine, as it has been aged thoroughly. If the group is able to collect and carry the wine barrels, then they may come in handy for making friends in the future. The group enters one of the few villages or towns in the Barovian area. As they do, they pass a huge hulking figure who stands motionless atop the city wall, with both hands draped over a massive greatsword. If the group approaches, then they will discover that this watchman sports a white bandage stretched across his eyes. The Blind Watchman may not see the world in front of him, but he sees something else. The world as it will be if the enemies of Barovia are not thwarted. As such, he's deeply depressed and soft-spoken in spite of his hulking frame. The information that he will share with the party is tenuous and vague, though his descriptions of death are quite detailed. This is a quick encounter that can give your players a little more information about the area, as well as urging them to success. During their time in one of the manors of Barovia, the group will come across a very interesting painting. It will seem like a normal painting at first, but one of the characters in the party will swear that portions of the painting move. The water running downstream, or trees swaying in the wind. The next time this character views this painting, it will have expanded to show more of the landscape. If the characters decide to watch the painting for any significant length of time, the expansion will not be perceptible to the normal eye. However, each time the group leaves and returns to the painting, it will have expanded. It's up to you as the DM to decide exactly what this painting depicts, but I would recommend showing an image of what the players will look like if they fall to Strahd's influence. And that brings us to the end of today's Barovia Encounters. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to smash that subscribe button. Join our channel's Discord server at the link in the description of this video to discuss everything DMing. Until next time, be well, be excellent to one another, and stay curious, adventurers.